Welcome back to another episode of my podcast, where we explore the fascinating world of English idioms. I'm your host, Tom, and if you haven't listened to the first episode yet, make sure to check it out. In our last episode, we talked about idioms like break the ice and spill the beans, their meanings and origins. Today, I have 4 more amazing idioms for you. We'll dive deep into their meanings, where they come from, and how you can use them in everyday conversations. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get started. 1. Hit the nail on the head. This idiom is used when someone describes something in a very accurate and precise way. It means they have expressed exactly what needed to be said. Where does it come from? This phrase comes from carpentry. When a carpenter hammers a nail, they need to hit it directly on the head to drive it into the wood correctly. If they miss, the nail bends or doesn't go in properly. Over time, this idea became a metaphor for expressing something with complete accuracy. Example, our marketing strategy failed because we didn't research our audience well. You hit the nail on the head. That was exactly our mistake. Now let's move on to the second idiom, which is perfect for all the night owls out there. 2. Burn the midnight oil. This idiom describes the act of working or studying late into the night, especially when trying to complete something important. Where does it come from? Before electricity, people used oil lamps to illuminate their homes. If someone was working late at night, they were literally burning the midnight oil to keep their lamp burning. This phrase became popular in the 17th century and is still widely used today, especially among students and professionals. Example, I had a big exam today, so I stayed up studying until 3 a.m. Wow, you really burned the midnight oil. Speaking of exhaustion, sometimes we reach a point where we just can't continue anymore. That brings us to our third idiom. 3. Throw in the towel. This idiom is used when someone decides to give up or admit defeat, often after struggling for a while. Where does it come from? This phrase comes from boxing. In the past, when a boxer was too injured or tired to continue, their coach or team would literally throw a towel into the ring to signal surrender. It meant the fighter could no longer go on. Over time, the expression spread beyond boxing and became a common way to say that someone has given up on a difficult task. Example, I tried learning to play the guitar, but after months of struggling, I gave up. Oh no, you threw in the towel. But what if someone doesn't just give up on something, but on life itself? That brings us to our final idiom, which has a more humorous twist. 4. Kick the bucket. This idiom is an informal and humorous way to refer to someone passing away. Where does it come from? There are a few theories about its origin. One suggests that in olden times, people who were about to be executed would stand on a bucket with a noose around their neck, and when the bucket was kicked away, they would fall and die. Another theory comes from farm animals. When animals died, they would sometimes kick a bucket placed near them in their final moments. Example, did you hear about Mr. Johnson? He passed away yesterday. Oh, he kicked the bucket? That's sad. Now that we've covered these 4 idioms, let's take a moment to think about something interesting. Why do idioms exist in the first place? Idioms are a fascinating part of language because they reflect history, culture, and the way people perceive the world. Many idioms come from practical experiences like carpentry, boxing, or farming, but over time, their meanings expand. Some idioms even become universal, appearing in multiple languages with slight variations. For example, In many languages, there are expressions similar to hit the nail on the head that describe precision and accuracy, different words, but the same concept. So, next time you hear an idiom, take a moment to wonder, where did it come from? Does my own language have a similar expression? How can I use it in my daily conversations? The more you use idioms, the more natural and fluent your English will sound. All right, my friends, that's a wrap for today's episode. We learned about 4 fantastic idioms: hit the nail on the head, burn the midnight oil, throw in the towel, and kick the bucket. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. If you liked it, don't forget to share it with your friends, follow the podcast, and let me know what idioms you'd like to hear about in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until next time.